Ooh, how is everybody doing on draft day eve? NFL draft is tomorrow, and I honestly cannot wait. This is probably the most excited I've been for an NFL draft in my entire life. If you guys don't know, my stream tomorrow is going to be going from the beginning of the first pick to the last pick. So this is going to be about a 5-hour stream, and just please, if you guys are new or if you guys have been here for a while, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be interacting with you guys a ton. My live reactions to everything's going on. Trade ups, trade down. We obviously got to see who the Vikings take at 14. But in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my mock draft. I'm going to be going picks 1 through 20 only. I think I have a really good idea of who's going to go in those certain areas. I think in this draft, you have about 18 great players in this draft. Then it starts to kind of go down a little bit. So I'm giving you guys my first 20. I think I kind of have a good idea of who's going to go where. I've been listening to a lot of sources for the last 2 months, and I'm kind of sick of talking about it. And honestly, I'm so happy it's here. We got new content finally coming tomorrow night. Check out the stream. Check it all out. I'm giving you guys my mock draft. I'm going to throw on some mock draft music right now, and then we are just going to get into it. One take, brief explanation on every pick. Picks 1 through 20. Let's see who falls to 14. So, of course, our Minnesota Vikings. I got a good idea here, though. Please check out the stream tomorrow. Like the video, sub to the channel. And anyways, let's get right into it. All right, are you guys ready? Can we drop the draft music now in the background? I'm going to be rapid firing these for you guys. Brief explanation. All right, number 1 overall, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. This has been the number 1 pick since the Jags locked in the number 1 pick when I think the Jets beat the Rams. This is no doubter. Best player in the draft, best quarterback in the draft. No debate really on either of those. Let's see how it works out in Jacksonville. Anyways, at number 2, the New York Jets select. It's going to be Zach Wilson. I don't think they're going to throw us a curveball and go Justin Fields. I think they're locked in on Zach Wilson. I don't think there will be a real big shocker there. But I do think Zach Wilson and those 2 picks, I don't think there's any chance that they're going to change. I think the draft really starts at number 3 with San Francisco. Anyways, coming at the number 3 overall pick, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance. I think they're going to go Trey Lance, and I think this is a pretty important pick, and I think they are going to go Trey Lance. I think the Mac Jones stuff, I think it's a lot of smoke, and I think they know that. I think they know people are going to say, oh, he's their Kirk Cousins. He's Shanahan's Matt Ryan. He's going to have success with these guys. Listen, I just don't think as smart of an organization San Francisco is that they would trade 3 first-round picks to move up for Mac Jones. I just don't see it. I know John Lynch. I know Kyle Shanahan. They're smart guys. They know what they're doing. They're not going Mac Jones. I think they're going to go Trey Lance, and I think they're going to make the right choice. I think it would be a mistake if you gave up your next 2-year first-round picks for a guy with a low ceiling. You don't do that. You take a guy with some upside. Garoppolo's still on the roster. He's still their guy. Like if you draft Mac Jones, he's coming in to play right away. You wouldn't have Garoppolo on your roster. I think they're going Trey Lance, and I don't think he'll play this first season. I think he'll be mainly playing next year. Anyways, 4th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts, the best non-quarterback in the draft. This guy's incredible. I think his floor is Darren Wallen, and I think his ceiling is Megatron. I think this guy's an absolute hit, and I think with all these quarterbacks going so early, all the non-quarterback positions, you're getting a bunch of studs from 4 to 15 right now, where it is. I mean, Kyle Pitts going 4. I mean, this guy is 6'6", doesn't drop the ball. I mean, what do you need in tight end? Falcons will make that choice. Here is the most interesting one, though. At the 5th overall pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select. I think they're going to go Penei Sewell. I know there's a lot of push from Joe Burrow's camp to go get Jamar Chase, but I'm sorry. If you want to win Super Bowls in the NFL, you have to either be dominant on either side of the line. You either have to have a great D-line or you have to have a great O-line. Listen, they have T. Higgins. You don't need to go get him Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase won't come in and change the world there. Penei Sewell, you have your left tackle for the next 12 years. You pretty much replace Whitworth. I think they're going to go take Penei Sewell. Listen, if Joe Burrow didn't just tear his ACL and they were still selecting at 5, I could see them going Chase. They're going Penei Sewell. They're not going to mess around. You need to protect your franchise quarterback because he has one more of those. It's looking ugly. Which means Jamar Chase will fall to number 6 overall, and the Miami Dolphins select Jamar Chase. I think they do need to go get Tua another weapon because I think they need to find out if Tua's legit. I think they need to find out if Tua can actually play football. I think there's a lot of question marks on Tua for a right reason, and I think they're going to go figure it out and just give them anything they want. Anything they want, they will definitely go and find that out. Anyways, that leaves our good old Detroit Lions here, and I got a trade coming right now. I got the New England Patriots actually moving up here to number 7 overall with the Detroit Lions, and I have them taking Justin Fields. I think the Patriots are going to trade up to the 7th spot and take Justin Fields. I think they understand that picks 4 through 6 will not be quarterbacks, but they know 1 through 3 are. Slide in the number 7. This is my kind of bold take. I think the Patriots trade up and try to go get Justin Fields. I think they need a quarterback to kind of bring in under Cam. You know, I think they see the kind of future of the NFL, and Cam's kind of a good placeholder for that, for people can understand the offense. You know, they could run very similar plays with Cam and then also Fields. I think they trade up to number 7 and go take Justin Fields, which means the Lions will move back to my 15th slot. Carolina Panthers. I think this is interesting right now for the Panthers. You know what? They need a lot. They just got Sam Darnold, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think they're going to take Micah Parsons from Penn State. I think this guy is kind of the Isaiah Simmons of last year, where he's got unreal potential and he's going to be a playmaker. He just is positionless, and I think they need a guy like that on defense. I really like their offense, frankly. You know, Darnold, McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson, they got weapons. I don't think they're going to go offensive side of football. I think if Fields falls to them at 8 and the Patriots don't trade up, make it interesting. Carolina Panthers, 8th overall. They select, obviously, Micah Parsons. Now, Denver Broncos coming in at number 9 overall. This is a very interesting pick, because if Trey Lance is here right now and the Niners don't select Trey Lance, I think they may go Trey Lance. But I also don't think they would take Mac Jones if he was there. I think the only team that would take Mac Jones is the 49ers, and I think they're not going to take him, and I don't think a lot of other teams will take him. Anyways, Mac Jones will not go to Denver at 9. I actually have them taking J.C. Horn, the corner from South Carolina. I think he's an absolute stud. I think Denver could really solidify their kind of back end of the defense, and I don't think they really have a quarterback sitting there right now that they really like. I think if a quarterback falls to them, they will take it. I could eventually see them kind of trading out, but I don't know. I just don't really see them taking a quarterback. Coming in at number 10, Dallas Cowboys. I think they're going to go Patrick Surtain. There's a lot of kind of just talk from their camp, and I think he'll be a good fit. I think Surtain's a really good player, but I really do think they will go Patrick Surtain at number 10, which leaves the New York Giants at number 11, and I think this is when another receiver will go up the board. I think they're going to go Jalen Waddle out of Alabama at number 11. Listen, I know they picked up a lot of receivers in the offseason. I know a lot of people would be saying, like, what are you doing? Like, they obviously need to go defensive side of the ball. I just think they're going to go offensive side of the football. I think you look around the league, you look at Chiefs, Tampa Bay. I mean, you look at all these teams, Arizona, stacking the receivers, see if these quarterbacks can play. You know, you look at Josh Allen getting Diggs, all these guys, and Emmanuel Sanders now in Buffalo. You got to see if your young quarterback can play, and the best way is getting them receivers that can get off the line and get separation. Jalen Waddle does that. I think they're going to take him, and I think that offense with Waddle, Saquon, Daniel Jones, they just signed Kyle Rudolph, they signed Evan Ingram back. They're going to have weapons on weapons for them, and they just need to figure out the defense, which will leave the Philadelphia Eagles to select another wide receiver from Alabama. I think they're going to take Devontae Smith, and I just think this will be the most Eagles thing to do. I don't think Devontae Smith will be that successful in the NFL. I think he'll be another bust, and I think we'll be looking back, and it would just be like classic Eagles messing up this receiver pick. I think they're going to go Devontae Smith, though, especially if he's there at 12. I think he's got some potential. I'm obviously giving him a hard time, but it just scares me that he weighs 160 pounds. I get it. He came out and said we're not bodybuilders, we're football players, but you know, football players, they typically look like bodybuilders, man, and you got to bring a sense of physicality to the game. I don't know. I think Devontae Smith will be fine. I just think that's who I think the Eagles will take. What is leaving the 13th pick to go to the Los Angeles Chargers, and this sucks that our Vikings pick up 14, but I think Rashawn Slater's there at LA. Chargers number 13. They'll obviously take Slater. They just signed Corey Linsley from the Packers in the offseason. Herbert was sacked a ton last year. Herbert's camp's coming out saying we got to protect Justin. They got weapons. Slater, in my opinion, the best lineman in the draft, falling to them at 13. You got to take him, which leaves our Minnesota Vikings at the number 14 spot. I think they're going to go Jalen Phillips out of Miami, the edge. Elijah Vera Tucker is still there. I think they would choose Jalen Phillips over him. I think the draft board is going to go Penei Sewell 1, or Rashawn Slater 1, Sewell 2, Jalen Phillips 3. This guy's a stud. I just did draft profile on him yesterday. I think they go him. I think they need an edge. I wouldn't be shocked if they go AVT, though. I think this is an interesting pick. It's going to be on either side of the line. I think they go with Jalen Phillips. Ton of potential, raw athleticism that you cannot teach. You just got to sure up his technique. We got one of the best D-line coaches in the league. This could be incredible if you got those two big boys in the middle, Michael Pierce and Dalvin Tomlinson and Danielle Hunter on the other side. We've already came out and said this week that we don't really need a true 3-tech. That's what Andre Patterson came out and said. And I think us as fans, we say, oh, we need a good 3-tech. No, when we've been best is when we've had Pat and Kevin Williams in the middle, Michael Pierce and Dalvin Tomlinson. I keep saying Thompson. Dalvin Tomlinson, and then Danielle Hunter and Jalen Phillips on the outside. And then you bring back Barr and Kendricks, and then in the linebacking group, I mean, we got one of the best front sevens in the division, possibly NFC. Which leaves the 15th overall pick, which is the Detroit Lions trading back with the New England Patriots. I think they do take Elijah Vera Tucker. I think they want to see if Jared Goff can kind of play a little bit. And I think they need to protect him because he's not the biggest mobile guy. And I think they want to get a little tougher. And I think, listen, Elijah Vera Tucker, he's great. He's a guy you're going to put at guard, and you're just kind of going to shut up about it. You got your guard for the future. And that would leave, I believe, the Arizona Cardinals to draft number 16. Cardinals are weird. Cardinals are very weird. I want them to honestly go receiver, but I can't see them, so I'm going to actually have the Cardinals. This is going to be a shocker here. I think they're going to take, my opinion, the most underrated player in the draft, and that's going to be the receiver from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. Listen, this guy's underrated. I think the Cardinals, they're crazy. I think they're going to draft another receiver. I know they had an AJ Green, Larry Fitz. They won't really be there like when it comes like regular season, like always on the field, always playing every down. I think they're going to bring in Rashad Bateman, and because listen, I think they're just trying to be explosive and then get to the quarterback on the side of football. That's what I think they're going to do, which leaves the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a tough pick for me. This is a really tough pick for me. I think they're going to go the linebacker out of Notre Dame. This is my like kind of sleeper. It's Jeremiah Owazu, and I think he's a stud. I think the Raiders, they need to go defensive side of the football again. I was going to potentially have them taking linemen, but I think their line's fine. I know they lost a lot of linemen. I think they're going to go get the linebackers. Anyways, I'm losing Miami Dolphins at their 18th pick. I think they're going to go Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. This dude's an absolute mauler. I know he struggles. Listen, he's got some bad tape on him. I'm not going to say that. He's got some bad tape on him. Miami Dolphins, I think they're going to take Tevin Jenkins, which leaves at 19th overall. The Washington football team selects Mac Jones at 19th overall. I have Mac dropping the 19th. I just don't believe it. I don't know what it is. I don't believe the hype in Mac Jones. I just don't see it. I see the way the NFL is going, and I know these GMs know that too. Mac Jones goes 19th to the football team. That's what I think. And now we got the good old Chicago Bears rounding it off. Listen, I think they're going to go – I think they got to go line. Christian Darrisaw is still on the board for Virginia Tech. I think they end it with Christian Darrisaw, which is honestly a really good pick if he falls at 20 to the Bears. Though that's my mock draft, picks 1 through 20. Let me know what you guys think. Join the stream tomorrow, 5 hours approximately. I mean, know how long the draft takes to get those picks in. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Leave a like on the video, comment down below, sub to the channel. Skol Vikes, hopefully Jalen Phillips, Rashawn Slater, Penei Sewell. Those are my big three for tomorrow. See you guys next time.